Check this out. As far as I can tell, Jim Kelly was the first black man who was a karate kung fu movie star. But that was a double-edged sword. In my opinion, because he was the first, Hollywood really didn't know what to do with him. And to be fair and to be equal, Hollywood also didn't know what to do with Bruce Lee either. Remember, we're talking about the 1960s and 70s when this whole thing was new to people, karate and kung fu, I mean. Hollywood really didn't know what to do with what someone would call a cross-cultural athlete like Kelly. Jim Brown, Fred Williamson, they were easy. They were big, they were black, strong, ex-football players. Hollywood just simply said, let them act tough, shoot people, and then beat up folks like they did in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s. They could even reuse some scripts they used with other actors, but with certain changes. The formula was the same as the ones that they had in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, but the only difference was that the protagonists, the actors, were black. Kelly was different. He did that Chinese kind of fighting with those fancy kicks, karate chops, and stuff like that. It was new to Hollywood, so they had no idea of the formula to use to make a movie or a TV series with this style of action. So the projects they didn't include him having that one-on-one cathartic fight that was such a vital part of those Hong Kong film formats. Hollywood instead kind of followed the Hercules sword and sandals strongman formula, where he takes on massive amounts of peoples and he beats the schnoogies out of all of them. It kind of worked, and it kind of didn't. His movies had some success, especially Black Belt Jones. And he had a loyal following, we'll say, because there was enough interest for him to star in a few other movies. Unfortunately, Hollywood would consider a few of those films B movies. To help you understand what that is, in the 80s and 90s, those films would go straight to VHS, not playing the theaters. They'd go straight to home video. And in today's terms, they would go straight to some streaming platforms. This was mainly because Hollywood didn't know what to do with him back then. But Jim Kelly kept at it. And honestly, because of Jim Kelly and some of the other black martial artists who appeared in movies back then, Wesley Snipes was able to do his things in the 90s. Michael Jai White was able to do his things in the 2000s, the 2010s, and beyond. And there are a host of others ready to storm the stage, armed with writers, choreographers, and some interesting stories to capture the audience. All of today's martial artists who successfully transition their talent to the screen must turn and give a deep bow to Jim Kelly, a warrior of bronze and fire.